Hello students, the next topic of your books is electrical energy and power, which is today's topic of this video also. Before we talk about electrical energy and its measurement, let us discuss various other forms of energy which we have studied so far, like mechanical energy, heat energy, chemical, light energy, nuclear energy, etc. We have also studied the law of conservation of energy, which states that energy can neither be created nor can it be destroyed, but it can only be transformed from one form to another. And in our daily life we see that there are different devices at our homes which can convert electrical energy to these different forms of energies. So as in the nutshell we can say that electrical energy is such an easily available energy in today's time that our life is totally dependent upon it and we can't survive without it. We can't even imagine our life without electrical energy. Just like your second chapter where we have done energy transformation examples of different appliances, similarly here in this chapter they have discussed different appliances where electrical energy can be converted into different other forms of energy. For example, in heater, oven, geysers, it can be converted into heat energy, and in lamps it gives us light energy along with the heat energy. Similarly, to create mechanical energy like kinetic energy of rotation of different machines like fan, mixer, juicers, it can be easily converted from electrical energy to the mechanical energy using these appliances. And if you want to create chemical energy from electrical energy, it is done while charging of your inverter batteries. So similarly, electrolysis of something, it can be done with the help of electric current. And in loudspeakers, electrical energy is converted into sound energy. Similarly, in case of electromagnets, even magnetic energy can be produced by passing current. So these were all the examples where electrical energy can be transformed into other forms of energy. That all we already know. In this chapter we will be calculating electrical energy. For this calculation we should understand what is energy actually. So energy, we know the basic definition is energy is the capacity to do work. And if we just remember that what was the definition of potential difference, it was also in the terms of work done, that if there is a cell and current I is going from this cell in any circuit, then potential difference was defined as a work done in carrying the charge Q through the circuit from one point to another, like you have done. So now what is this Q charge? It is current into time from the definition of current. So I can substitute Q's value here and I will get W is equals to VQ or VIT. Now this formula, it gives us the value to measure this electrical energy. So it is a formula for electrical energy. Why? Because this work is done by the electric source. So I can say that this work is actually the energy spent by this cell. So this work done is nothing but electrical energy. Now let us discuss about other formulae of electrical energy. For other formulae we will substitute the value of V and I from our Ohm's law. We know that V is equals to IR. I can substitute the value of V here and I will get this formula for electrical energy or electrical work done, that is I square RT. Similarly, I can eliminate the value of I. I again from Ohm's law, I will be V by R. So if I substitute V by R here, I will get V into V by R into T, that is V square by R into T. So these are the four basic formulae for electrical energy and for its measurement. And what about its units? Like all other forms of energy, electrical energy has also got the unit joule in SI system, which has symbol capital J. Now let's talk about electrical power. We know that power is rate of doing work, and in terms of energy I can say power is the rate of spend of energy, how fast we spend the energy. So for all the formulae which we have done for work done, we just have to divide all this formulae by T. because power is work upon time or energy upon time. So VIT divided by T means V into I. Similarly, I square RT by T, it will give us I square R. V square by R into T by T, it will give us V square by R. So these are the basic formulae for power. And about its unit is watt. And how do you define 1 watt? If 1 joule of work is done in 1 second, we say that the power spent is 1 watt. And from this formula, we can also define power is 1 watt if 1 ampere of current flows in a circuit by supplying the potential difference 1 volt. So these two definitions you can use for power. Bigger units are kilowatt, megawatt, gigawatt. Commercial unit of electrical energy. Commercial means the unit in which we can sell or we can purchase electricity. And how do we do that? Not in the markets. Electrical energy is being supplied by the companies, electrical companies, to our homes, and there we all are having kilowatt hour meters outside our houses. So those meters, they measure the number of units which are spent by us throughout a month, and that unit is called kilowatt hour. Now why kilowatt hour? See, energy is power into time. So unit of energy is the unit of power and unit of time. That is simply, if in SI I want to see the unit of energy, it will be watt into second. So 1 joule, that is 1 watt second, is the unit of electrical energy, basic unit. But I have to make the unit bigger because I can't keep record of 1 second for calculating my bill of electricity. So I have taken the bigger unit of electrical energy. How? I have taken a bigger unit of time, like hours. So the other practical unit will be watt into hour, or I can even increase the unit of power. It will become kilowatt into hour. So this kilowatt hour or watt hour, these are both practical units of calculating electrical energy, and these are bigger units of electrical energy. Watt hour, if you want to find out the value of watt hour in joule, because these are the units of energy, you can substitute value of hour in seconds back. So you will get watt into 3600 seconds for 1 hour, that is 3600 joule. Similarly, kilowatt hour gives you 36 lakh, that is 3.6 into 10 to the 6 joule. The question is asked here, which physical quantity is measured in the unit kilowatt hour? Generally children do mistake. They write here kilowatt is the unit of power, because kilowatt is unit of power. They write that kilowatt hour is also unit of power, which is a wrong answer. Kilowatt hour means power into time, so it's a unit of electrical energy. And then second question they may ask that if it is a unit of electrical energy, how is it related to the SI unit of electrical energy? Then you have to do all this calculation and show this result. So kilowatt hour is also called board of trade or commercial unit of electricity. With this, we have completed these topics of your book up to 8.19. So you may go through these topics. The next topic is power rating of common electrical appliances. Now what do you mean by power rating? Power rating means whenever you go to market and buy any electrical device like a bulb, then you see some V or W values rated on it, written on it or printed on its box. Like a bulb has this rating, 100 watt, 220 volt. So ये W or V values, these are always written for every big or small electrical appliance, whether it is a geyser, fan, AC, anything. So what does it mean? It means that if that particular bulb is connected with the rated potential difference, that is 220 volt is given to that bulb, then that bulb will consume 100 watts of power. What is the other use? How does power rating, what does power rating tell us? How is it important? Because if you know two values, if you know that the bulb is going to consume this much power at this much voltage, then you can calculate the resistance of that bulb. So you can calculate resistance of any device using the power rating, because we know the formula of power, voltage and resistance. Formula connecting P V R is P is equals to V square by R. From here I can calculate the resistance of my appliance, which can never change. Once you calculate resistance, it will never change even if you change the voltage, right? Resistance once calculated, it will never change. Other important information which power rating gives us is current, because the other formula for power is V into I. So if you know V and if you know P, you can calculate the current. So it gives a safe limit of the current which has to run through that device. So let us discuss an example. The same example, 100 watt 220 volt bulb. If I calculate its resistance, it will be 484 ohm. And if I want to know its safe limit of current, it comes out 0.454, approximately 0.5 ampere. And this current will run through that bulb if I connect it with 220 volt of terminal voltage or potential difference. What if due to some fault the voltage drops? Let us say कि कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया सर्किट में and the voltage drops to 110 volt. Then I can check that how much power will my bulb consume now. By using the same resistance and the formula P is equals to V square by R. Resistance I have already calculated 484 volt. So I can substitute the value of resistance here with the new voltage. I will get power 25 watt only. It means now that bulb which was rated 100 watt, it will consume only 25 watts. 25 watt power it will consume. It means power consumption will be reduced if voltage is reduced. Similarly, if voltage is increased to 250 watt, 250 volt, power will be calculated the same with the same formula with the new value of voltage, and I will get this result. It means more than the 100 watt. Now in all these calculations I have assumed that resistance was constant, but otherwise resistance also changes with the voltage, right? So it is only approximately taken that 484 was a fixed resistance of that bulb, because bulb's resistance, it increases with the increase in temperature of the filament of the bulb, that we all know. So this was the topic of today's discussion. Please go through the video once again and please read your topics of your book till 8.20, and in the next video we will discuss how to calculate the electricity bills and what is Joule's law of heating. Thank you so much.